Namaste, my beloved friends. There are some people who are not meant to follow. They think independently, they act boldly, they take decisions, and deep within, they carry a strong sense of identity. If you are someone born on the 1st, 10th, or 28th, then what I am about to share is not just information, it is your truth. Because if you are born on these dates, your primary number is 1, and number 1 is ruled by Sun, Surya Dev. The sun is not just a planet, it is the source of life. In fact, the sun is the greatest star. It gives light, it gives energy, it gives direction. And that is exactly your role in life. You are here not to blend in, but to stand out. But here is the deeper truth. The sun shines alone, and that is why many number 1 people feel I am surrounded by people, but I still feel alone. Because leadership often comes with isolation. Now let us go deeper. Number 1 is also connected to the sacred Pratipada Tithi. Pratipada is the beginning, the first step, the seed of creation, which means you are born to initiate, to start things, to create paths where none exist. And at a deeper level, number 1 resonates with the first house in astrology, the house of self, identity, personality, and life direction. Which means your entire life revolves around one question: who am I? And until you find that answer, you may feel restless. Now let us discuss the suitable profession for number 1. Let us come to the real life. Number 1 people are not meant to work under pressure or control. You are meant to lead. You can excel in entrepreneurship, business ownership, leadership roles, management, politics, administration, government authority positions, public speaking, personal branding, creative leadership roles, and decision making positions. Because your strength is initiative, confidence, and authority. You don't wait for opportunities, you create them. Now listen very carefully, because this is where your life transforms. Your biggest challenges are ego, dominance, impatience, not listening to others. And your strengths are leadership, courage, clarity, confidence. If you balance your ego with humility, you become unstoppable. So, humility is very important because the sun gives power, but you must bring balance. Now, let me give you something very powerful. If you are number 1, you must connect with Surya, the sun. Every morning, offer water to the rising sun and chant these 12 Surya mantras. Om Mitraya Namaha, Om Ravaye Namaha, Om Suryaya Namaha, Om Bhanave Namaha, Om Khagaya Namaha, Om Pushne Namaha, ॐ हिरण्यगर्भाय नमः। ॐ मरीच्ये नमः। ॐ आदित्याय नमः। ॐ सवित्रे नमः। ॐ अर्काय नमः। ॐ भास्कराय नमः। This practice brings clarity, confidence, leadership strength, and removes inner confusion. And if you want to go deeper, perform Agnihotra Havan at sunrise and sunset. It's a simple 10-minute fire ritual using a copper pyramid, cow dung or cow dung cakes or dry coconut pieces, cow ghee and rice. This purifies your environment and aligns you with cosmic energy because the sun is not outside, it is within you. And now let us talk about relationships. Number one, people love with intensity, but they also want control. They want respect. They want admiration. And sometimes this creates imbalance. Because relationships are not about power, they are about connection. Now let us talk about compatibility for number one. From a numerology perspective, you connect best with people who can balance your strong personality. With number two, there is emotional balance. They soften your intensity. They understand your heart. With number three, there is creativity and expansion. Together, you grow. With number five, there is excitement and movement. They bring flexibility into your life. With number six, there is love and harmony. They create emotional stability. But remember, leadership in relationship does not mean domination. It means responsibility. The moment you learn to lead with love, your relationships transform. There is a story. The son once asked, "Why do people not look at me directly?" A sage replied, "Because your light is too strong." The son asked, "Then what should I do?" The sage said, "Shine, but with warmth, not intensity." This is your lesson. Power must be balanced with compassion. And that is why I always say, number one, people can succeed only if they have compassion. Number one is not ego, it is divine leadership. It is the energy to create, to initiate, to lead. So do not dim your light, just learn how to shine with balance. Let there be more compassion, more understanding within you. Jai Surya Dev, Jai Sri Ganesha, Jai Guru. Namaste, my beloved friends. There are some people who feel everything too deeply. A small word, a small gesture, a small silence affects them in ways that others may never understand. They love deeply, they care deeply, They give completely and yet they feel empty, drained, emotionally exhausted. If you are someone who was born on the 2nd, 11th, or 20th, or 29th, then what I am about to share is not just information, it is your truth. Because if you are born on these dates, your primary number is 2, and number 2 is ruled by the moon, Chandra. The moon is not stable. It changes, it grows, it reduces, it disappears, and then it comes back again. And that is exactly your emotional world. One moment you feel full of love, another moment you feel empty. One moment you feel deeply connected, another moment you feel completely alone. Because you are not just living life, you are feeling life. But here is what no one tells you. Your emotional exhaustion is not your weakness, it is your sensitivity to energy. You absorb everything, people's moods, people's intentions, people's pain, even things that are never spoken. And that is why, after meeting certain people, you feel tired. After certain conversations, you feel heavy. Because your soul is like water. It does not resist, it absorbs. Number 2 is not just moon, it also carries the energy of Dvitiya Tithi, the second phase of creation. Dvitiya represents relationship, connection, duality, which means your life revolves around others. You are constantly thinking, what do they feel? What do they think? Did I hurt them? Why did they behave like this? And in this constant emotional involvement, you slowly lose yourself. And this is where your suffering begins. Because the more you try to hold people, the more you get drained. Let me tell you something very honestly. Number 2 people are not meant to lose themselves in others. They are meant to feel but not drown. There is a beautiful story of the moon. The moon shines so beautifully in the night sky, but its light is not its own. It reflects the sun, and that is your life. You keep reflecting others, you keep giving light to others, but you forget to connect with your own source. And when you are disconnected from yourself, you feel empty. That is why you feel emotionally drained, not because you are weak, but because you are overgiving. You are loving without boundaries. You are caring without awareness. You are attaching without understanding. And slowly, your energy gets exhausted. But there is a deeper truth. Number 2 people are very intuitive, very psychic, very connected to the unseen. You can sense things before they happen. You can feel what others are going through. You can understand emotions without words. This is not a burden, this is a gift. But only when you learn how to balance it. Now let us bring this into real life. Where will you succeed? Number two people do not succeed in harsh, aggressive environments. You thrive in sensitive, creative, and people oriented fields. You can excel in counseling, psychology, healing professions, teaching, mentoring, guiding, creative fields such as writing, music, poetry, design, hospitality, HR, relationship management, spiritual work, meditation guidance, content creation, where emotions matter a lot. Because your strength is not force, your strength is understanding and connection. Now, let us talk about relationships because relationships define your life deeply. You are someone who needs emotional safety, not just love but understanding. From a numerology perspective, your compatibility is not just about love, it is about emotional safety, stability, and understanding. Because as a number two, you don't just enter relationships, you merge, you feel, you absorb, you attach. And that is why choosing the right partner is not a luxury for you, it is a necessity. Let me explain this very clearly. When number two comes together with number one, it creates a very powerful balance. Number one brings direction, clarity, leadership, strength. Where you feel confused, they bring decision. Where you feel emotional, they bring logic. They become like the sun, and you naturally become the moon that reflects their light. But remember, this works beautifully only when the sun does not dominate too much, because too much authority can suppress your emotions. So, the key here is support, not control. The second compatibility for number two is number two. When two number two people come together, it creates a very deep emotional bond. There is understanding without words, connection without effort, and sensitivity at a very high level. But the challenge is too much water creates emotional flooding. Both partners may become overthinking, oversensitive, easily hurt, emotionally dependent. So, this relationship requires emotional maturity, space, and grounding. Otherwise, what starts as deep love can turn into emotional exhaustion. The third compatibility is number 6. This is one of the most beautiful combinations for number 2. Number 6 brings love, comfort, care, beauty, romance. They understand your need for affection. They nurture you. They create a safe emotional environment for you. With number 6, you feel valued, you feel loved, you feel at home. But again, there is one caution. Do not become dependent on their love. Because the moment attachment becomes dependency, your emotional imbalance begins. So, the key here is love with awareness, not attachment. The next compatibility for number 2 is number 7. This is a very spiritual connection. Number 7 people are deep, mysterious, detached, and inward. When number 2 meets number 7, the connection goes beyond the material world. There is spiritual bonding, intuitive understanding, silent connection. But the challenge is number 7 can be emotionally distant and you seek emotional expression. So sometimes you may feel they understand me but they don't express. This relationship works beautifully when you move from expectation to acceptance. So understand this very clearly. No number is perfect. Compatibility is not about numbers alone. It is about awareness, emotional balance, and maturity. And remember, if you don't understand yourself, no partner will ever feel enough. But the moment you become emotionally centered, any relationship can become meaningful. So choose wisely, but more importantly, know yourself deeply. These numbers understand your emotional nature. They don't overpower you, they support you. But remember, even the best compatibility will fail if you lose yourself. The problem is not others, the problem is you give too much too soon without boundaries. And then you expect the same in return. That is where the pain begins. And so, if you are a number 2, you must learn emotional boundaries. Not everyone deserves your energy. Not every situation needs your involvement. Spend time alone. Connect with water. Sit near the sea. Listen to the rain. Observe the moon. Because your healing lies in stillness. Chant this powerful mantra. Om Som Somaya Namaha. Om Som Somaya Namaha. And wear white color cloth. Wear light colors. Keep your surroundings peaceful. But remember, your greatest remedy is to stop seeking validation from others. And the day you stop asking, do they love me? And start asking, am I connected to myself? That day, your healing begins. Number 2 is not emotional weakness. Number 2 is emotional depth. But depth without awareness becomes drowning. And depth with awareness becomes devotion, intuition, and inner peace. So if you are feeling drained right now, do not blame your heart. Just learn how to protect it. Jai Chandradev, Jai Sri Ganesha, Jai Guru. Namaste, my beloved friends. There are some people who are born with wisdom. They think deeply, they speak with meaning, they guide others, and yet, somewhere inside, they feel misunderstood. If you are someone born on the 3rd, 12th, 21st, or 30th, then what I am about to share is not just information, it is your truth. Because if you are born on these dates, your primary number is 3, and number 3 is ruled by Jupiter, Guru. Jupiter is not just a planet, It is the teacher, the guide, the wisdom. Jupiter represents knowledge, ethics, guidance, expansion, and higher learning, which means you are not just here to live life, you are here to understand life. Now let us go deeper. Number 3 is also connected to the sacred Tritiya Tithi. Tritiya represents growth, expression, expansion of knowledge. And at a deeper level, number 3 resonates with the third house in astrology. Third house is the house of communication, efforts, skills, expression, and courage, which means the power lies in your voice. Your words can heal, your words can guide, your words can transform lives. But here is the challenge. Sometimes you feel that people don't understand your depth because you are thinking ahead while others are still catching up. As Bhagwan Raman Maharshi said, silence is the most powerful teaching. And as Nisargadatta Maharaj said, wisdom is knowing I am nothing. Love is knowing I am everything. And Saint Kabir beautifully said, बड़ा हुआ तो क्या हुआ जैसे पेड़ खजूर, पंथी को छाया नहीं, फल लागे अति दूर. Which means knowledge without humility is incomplete. And this is your lesson. Now let us discuss the suitable professions for number 3. Now let us come to the real life. Number 3 people thrive in fields where there is knowledge, guidance, communication, teaching. You can excel in teaching, coaching, mentoring, public speaking, motivational speaking, writing, content creation, law, advisory roles, spiritual guidance, astrology, management, and leadership roles. Because your main strength is wisdom and expression. You are meant to guide others. Now listen very carefully because this is where your life truly transforms. First, understand your good qualities because number 3 people are already blessed. You have natural wisdom, clarity of thought, strong communication, a guiding presence, and a natural ability to uplift others. People may not always say it, but they look up to you. They seek your advice. They trust your understanding. But along with these gifts, there are certain patterns that you must become aware of. Your biggest challenges are expecting too much from others, feeling hurt when not appreciated, sometimes developing ego around knowledge, and at times thinking more but acting less. And this is where your growth lies. Knowledge must become action. Wisdom must become humility. Guidance must begin with self-discipline. Because the moment you balance your strengths with awareness, you don't just succeed, you become a true guru in your own life. Now let me give you something very powerful. If your Jupiter is weak, afflicted, or retrograde in your birth chart, you must fast on Thursdays. From sunrise to sunset, strictly fast. Eat only fruits, drink water or milk, and chant these mantras. Om Vishnave Namaha. Om Dram Dattatreya Namaha. Chant any of these two mantras and recite this powerful Vishnu shlok that I am going to recite just for you. Shantakaram bhujagashayanam padmanabham suresham Vishwadharam gaganasadrusham meghavarnam shubhangam Lakshmikantam kamalanayanam yonirbhirgyanagammyam Vande Vishnu bhavabhayaharam sarvalokaikanaatham. This shloka connects you to divine wisdom and removes fear and confusion. Even though if you cannot recite it, just listen to this beautiful Vishnu shlok. Shantakaram bhujagashayanam padmanabham suresham Vishwadharam gaganasadrusham meghavarnam shubhangam Lakshmikantam kamalanayanam yonirbhirgyanagammyam Vande Vishnu bhavabhayaharam sarvalokaikanaatham. Along with this, also make it a habit to donate books, support education and guide young minds, because your karma is connected to knowledge sharing. Now let us talk about relationships, because for you this is not just about emotions, it is about connection at a deeper level. Number 3, people don't get satisfied with surface level conversations. You don't just want someone to say I love you. You want someone who understands your vision, your thinking, your purpose. You want conversations that inspire you, a connection that helps you grow, a partner who can match your intellectuality and spiritual wavelength. And from a numerology perspective, you naturally connect with people who value growth, learning, and understanding. With number 1, there is a powerful dynamic. They bring leadership, direction, ambition. Where you bring wisdom, they bring action. Together, you can build something meaningful. With number 2, there is emotional support. They understand your feelings, they soften your intensity, and they create a sense of comfort. And with another number 3, there is instant understanding. You both think alike, speak alike, but sometimes ego can enter because both want to be right. And with number 6, there is balance. They bring love, care, harmony. Where you are intellectual, they are emotional. And this creates a beautiful combination. But understand this very clearly. For you, respect is more important than love. Because the moment you feel respected, you naturally give love. And the moment respect is missing, even love starts to fade away. So choose someone who not only loves you but truly values who you are. There is a story. A student asked his guru, "What is the highest knowledge?" The guru said, "When knowledge becomes humility, it becomes wisdom." This is your path. And so, my friends, number 3 is not just intelligence, it is divine wisdom. It is the journey from knowledge to understanding to realization. So do not worry if people don't understand you. Just keep growing, keep learning, keep guiding, because your role is not to fit in, it is to uplift others. Om Vishnave Namaha. Hari Om Tat Sat. Hari Om Tat Sat. Hari Om Tat Sat. Jai Sri Ganesha. Jai Guru. Namaste, my beloved friends. There are some people whose life never feels stable. One moment everything is going well, and suddenly everything changes. Unexpected events, sudden obstacles, confusion, delays, and a feeling that life is never predictable. If you are someone born on the 4th, 13th, or 31st, then what I am about to share is not just information, it is your truth. Because if you are born on these dates, your primary number is 4, and number 4 is ruled by a very unusual and powerful energy, Rahu. Rahu is not a normal planet. It does not follow rules. It does not move in a straight line. Rahu represents illusion, sudden rise and sudden fall, obsession and unconventional paths, which means your life will never be ordinary. You will think differently, you will act differently, and most importantly, you will walk a path that others may not understand. Now let us go deeper. Number 4 is also connected to the sacred Chaturthi Tithi, and Chaturthi is dedicated to Lord Ganesh, the remover of obstacles, the Vignaharta. And at a deeper level, number 4 resonates with the 4th house in astrology. The 4th house represents inner peace, emotional foundation, home, mental stability. But when Rahu influences this energy, there is disturbance, inner restlessness, emotional confusion, feeling unsettled, even when everything looks fine outside, which means your energy is not just external, it is deeply internal. You are here to find stability in the midst of chaos. Now let us find the suitable professions for number 4. Number 4 people do not succeed by following the crowd. You succeed when you do something different. You can excel in technology, IT, innovation, digital platforms, online business, research, analytics, unconventional fields, politics, strategy, mass influence, engineering, technical roles, foreign related work, import export, occult sciences, astrology. Because your strength is thinking differently. You see what others don't see. Now listen very carefully because this is where your life changes. Your biggest challenges are confusion, overthinking, sudden decisions, lack of emotional stability. And your strengths are innovation, courage, uniqueness, ability to break patterns. If you bring discipline into your life, your chaos becomes your power. Because Rahu gives you rise, but only when you are grounded. Now, let me give you something very powerful. If you are number 4, you must connect with Lord Ganesha because Rahu creates obstacles and Lord Ganesha removes them. Vighna Harta, remover of obstacles. That is the another name for Lord Ganesha. So chant this mantra daily. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha or Om Sri Ganeshaya Namaha. These mantras bring clarity, stability, removal of obstacles. And if you want to go deeper, chant this beautiful shloka. Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. The meaning of this shloka is, O Lord Ganesha, who has a curved trunk and a mighty form, whose brilliance is equal to millions of suns, please remove all obstacles from my life always. This is not just a prayer, it is a protection. I will again repeat this beautiful shloka. Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. What a beautiful shloka this is. Beautiful. And now there is one point that is very important for you. If you are born on 4th, 13th or 31st, you should definitely observe fast on Sankashta Chaturthi. Sankashta Chaturthi falls on the 4th day after Purnima during the Krishna Paksha. This day is heavily influenced by Rahu energy, which brings obstacles, delays, confusion. And that is why our ancient sages advised to worship Lord Ganesha on this day, that is on Sankashta Chaturthi day. Because Lord Ganesha is Vighna Harta, the remover of obstacles. So fast on Sankashta Chaturthi day, it comes only once in a month, and break the fast only after moonrise with a simple vegetarian meal. This practice can transform your life. Now let us talk about relationships. Number 4 people love differently. They are not traditional, they are intense, unpredictable, sometimes very caring, sometimes very distant. Because their mind is always in movement, and that creates confusion in relationships. Now let us find compatibility for number 4. From a numerology perspective, you connect best with people who can understand your unconventional nature. With number 1, there is leadership and direction. They help you stay focused. With number 4, there is understanding, but sometimes too much similarity can create instability. With number 7, there is depth and spiritual connection. Both are unconventional and understand each other's silence. With number 8, there is strength and structure. They bring discipline to your chaotic energy. But remember, no relationship will work if you are not stable within. Because when your mind is scattered, your relationships also become scattered. There is a story. A man was walking in a maze, constantly confused, taking wrong turns. He asked a sage, "Why is my path so complicated?" The sage said, "The path is not complicated, your mind is." This is number 4. Your life is not chaotic, your mind is. Number 4 is not confusion, it is unconventional intelligence. It is the power to break patterns and create new paths. So do not fear your life, just bring awareness into your mind. Because the moment you become clear, your path becomes clear. Ganpati Bappa Moria. Jai Sri Ganesha. Jai Guru. Namaste, my beloved friends. There are some people who cannot stay in one place for too long. They get bored easily. They think fast. They act fast. They move from one thing to another, and they are always searching for something new. If you are someone born on the 5th, 14th, or 23rd, then what I am about to share is not just information, it is your truth. Because if you are born on these dates, your primary number is 5, and number 5 is ruled by Mercury, Buddha. Mercury is not stable, it is quick, it is intelligent, it is curious, it is constantly moving. And that is exactly your mind. You think faster than others, you understand things quickly, you adapt easily. But at the same time, you struggle with one thing: consistency. You start with excitement, but you don't always finish. You get inspired, but then you move on. Because your mind is always looking for the next stimulation. And that is why many number 5 people feel, I have potential, but why am I not stable? Because your energy is not meant to be controlled, it is meant to be channeled. Now let us go deeper. Number 5 is also connected to the sacred Panchami Tithi. Panchami is the Tithi of knowledge, learning, and expansion of intelligence. It is associated with Saraswati energy, which means you are not just intelligent, you are blessed with knowledge potential. But here is the truth: knowledge without direction becomes distraction. And now understand this: number 5 also resonates with the 5th house in astrology. The 5th house is the house of intelligence, creativity, learning, expression, and past life merit. Which means if you are number 5, you are carrying intellectual karma from past lives. That is why you learn quickly, you grasp things easily. That is why you are naturally talented. But the same 5th house also brings one challenge: restlessness of the mind. Because the mind is powerful but not always focused. Now let us see the suitable profession for number 5. Let us bring this into real life. You are not made for routine jobs. You are made for dynamic environments. You can excel in business, trading, entrepreneurship, marketing, sales, communication roles, media, content creation, public speaking, writing, journalism, travel related professions, stock market, digital business, teaching, coaching, consulting. Because your strength is communication, adaptability, and quick thinking. You succeed where there is movement and variety. Now, let us see what is it that you must improve. Listen very carefully because this is where your life changes. Your biggest challenges are lack of consistency, impulsiveness, distraction, overthinking with no action. And your strengths are intelligence, communication, adaptability, quick learning. If you learn to focus your mind, you can achieve extraordinary success. Because Mercury gives you speed, but you must give it direction. And now let me give you something very powerful. Because number 5 people do not lack intelligence, they lack stability of mind. And for that, you need something that goes beyond logic. You need vibration. There is one mantra which can bring clarity, grounding, and inner stability into your life. The mantra is Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Chant this mantra 108 times every day. This mantra connects you to a higher intelligence, a higher order, a higher consciousness. And slowly your restless mind starts becoming still. Your confusion starts turning into clarity. Your scattered energy starts becoming focused. Because Mercury needs guidance, and this mantra gives you that direction. Make this mantra chanting your daily practice and watch how your life begins to align. And there is a very beautiful reason why this mantra is so powerful for number 5 people. Because number 5 is ruled by Mercury, Buddha, and Mercury represents the mind, buddhi, speech, intelligence, communication, and quick movement. But intelligence without divine guidance can become restlessness. Speech without awareness can become confusion, and movement without direction can become instability. That is why chanting Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya becomes so powerful for you. Because Lord Krishna is not just divine love, He is also divine intelligence. He is clarity in confusion. He is wisdom in action. He is stability in the middle of chaos. Just look at Krishna's life. He did not live an ordinary life. He dealt with politics, conflict, strategy, relationships, dharma, and destiny. And yet, in the midst of all this movement, he remains centered. This is the lesson for number 5. Your life may move fast, your mind may think fast, your words may flow fast, but within all this, you must learn to remain centered. And when you chant this mantra 108 times every day, you slowly invite that Krishna consciousness into your life. Your mind becomes clearer, your speech becomes more refined, your decisions become wiser, and your restless energy starts becoming purposeful. So do not think this is just a mantra. This is a way of bringing your Mercury to the feet of Vasudev, Lord Krishna. Now let us talk about relationships because this is where number 5 people often feel confused. You see, you are not someone who can be controlled. You need your own space. You need movement. You need freedom to be yourself. And the moment you feel restricted, you start pulling away from the relationship. And so, from a numerology perspective, you naturally connect with people who understand this side of yours. And so the first is number one. There is a very interesting dynamic. They bring direction, focus, and leadership. Where your mind is scattered, they help you channel your energy. They push you to become something bigger. But yes, sometimes they can become too dominating, and you don't like that. So, this works best when they guide you, not control you. The next is number three. There is chemistry, there is creativity, communication, expression. You both enjoy ideas, conversation, growth. Together, you can build something powerful. But again, both of you can get distracted easily. So, grounding is important. And the next is number five. The connection is instant because your number is 5 and your partner's number is also 5. There is excitement, fun, understanding. You don't have to explain yourself. But here is the challenge. Too much freedom can create instability. Two free souls can sometimes drift apart if there is no anchor. And then comes number 6, one of the most balancing energies for you. Number 6 bring love, care, stability. Where you are restless, they are calm. Where you are moving, they are grounding. With number 6, you feel emotionally supported, but at times you may feel they are too attached and you may want space. So, here balance is the key. But understand this very clearly. You cannot be in a relationship and still live like you are alone. Freedom does not mean escaping responsibility, it means being yourself while still being present for the other person. The moment you learn to balance your freedom with commitment, your relationships will stop feeling like a burden and start becoming a beautiful journey. Number 5 is the path of awareness of the mind. As the sages say, the mind is a wonderful servant but a dangerous master. So never follow your mind. You instruct your mind. And when I say you, I mean awareness within you. This is your lesson. If you control your mind, you rise. If your mind controls you, you scatter. There is a beautiful story. A monkey was jumping from one branch to another, never staying still. A sage watched and said, "This is the human mind." The monkey asked, "What should I do?" The sage said, "Learn to sit on one branch long enough to see the sky clearly." This is number 5. Your problem is not movement. Your problem is lack of stillness within movement. Number 5 is not instability. It is potential energy. It is the energy of intelligence, communication, and expansion. But if you do not learn to focus, this same energy becomes your distraction. So do not stop your movement, just bring awareness into it. Because when your mind becomes your tool, your life becomes extraordinary. Jai Buddhadev, Jai Ma Saraswati, Jai Sri Ganesha, Jai Guru. Namaste, my friends. There are some people who are born with a natural ability to love. They care deeply, they give wholeheartedly, they create beauty around them, and wherever they go, they bring warmth. If you are someone born on the 6th, 15th, or 24th, then what I am about to share is not just information, it is your truth. Because if you are born on these dates, your primary number is 6, and number 6 is ruled by Venus, Shukra. Venus is the planet of love, beauty, luxury, relationships, and attraction, which means you are naturally blessed with charm, grace, artistic sense, and emotional depth. But here is the deeper truth: the same Venus that gives you love also tests you through love. Now let us go deeper. Number 6 is also connected to the sacred Shashti Tithi. Shashti Tithi represents balance, responsibility, and protection. It carries the energy of nurturing and care. And at a deeper level, number 6 also resonates with the 6th house in astrology. Now, the 6th house is not a simple house, it represents challenges, conflicts, depths, healing, service, and karmic adjustments. Which means if you are a number 6, your life revolves around love and responsibility. You are here not just to enjoy relationships, but to learn through them. That is why many number 6 people experience emotional ups and downs, relationship challenges, giving more than receiving. Because your soul is learning how to balance love with self respect. Let me tell you something very honestly. You are not here to lose yourself in love. You are here to elevate love. Now let us bring this into real life. In which profession will you succeed? Number 6 people thrive in fields or profession where there is beauty, creativity, people, and connection. You can excel in fashion, beauty, luxury industry, interior design, architecture, hospitality, hotel management, entertainment, media, acting, counseling, relationship coaching, art, music, creative professions, business related to lifestyle and aesthetics. Because your strength is creating harmony and attraction. Wherever you go, you naturally enhance the environment. Now, listen very carefully because this is where your life transforms. Your biggest challenges are over attachment, emotional dependency, pleasing others too much, and ignoring your own needs. And your strengths are love, empathy, charm, and creativity. If you learn to balance love with self respect, you become unstoppable. Because Venus gives you attraction, but you must bring boundaries. You understand? And now I will share the mantra for number 6 people. Now let me give you something very powerful. For number 6 people, Lord Krishna's energy is extremely beneficial. So chant this beautiful mantra. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Haraye Paramatmane Pranatah Klesha Nashaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Chant this beautiful Krishna mantra daily and it will help you. It will help you to reduce emotional pain, bring peace in relationships, and align your heart with divine love. And if you prefer something short and easy, then chant this mantra. Om Klim Krishnaya Namaha. Om Klim Krishnaya Namaha. This mantra strengthens your Venus energy and brings love with balance. And now let us talk about relationships, which is the most important part of your life. Number 6 people love deeply, they give fully, they invest emotionally. But sometimes they give so much that they forget themselves. And that is where the pain begins. Because love without awareness becomes attachment, and attachment brings suffering. And now let us see the compatibility for number 6 people. Let us talk about relationships, because for you, this is not just part of life, this is life. You are someone who values love, connection, beauty, and emotional bonding. And that is why you naturally feel drawn towards people who can understand your heart, not just your words. From a numerology perspective, you connect best with energies that bring love, stability, and emotional balance into your life. And so the first number that goes well with number 6 is number 2. With number 2, there is very gentle emotional harmony. They understand your feelings without you having to explain too much. There is care, softness, nurturing, and with them, love feels natural. The second number is number 3. Number 3, there is joy, there is laughter, creativity, expression. Together, life feels colorful, full of conversations, ideas, and happiness. And then comes the number 6. So, number 6 with number 6 is an excellent combination. With number 6, the connection becomes very deep. There is comfort, romance, emotional bonding. You feel at home with each other. But here is the truth: too much love without awareness can turn into attachment, and attachment can slowly become dependency. And then comes number 9. Number 6 blends very well with number 9. It's a very powerful combination. They bring passion, strength, action. Where you bring love, number 9 brings intensity. Together, it can be a very dynamic and powerful relationship. But sometimes their intensity may feel overwhelming to your sensitive heart. But understand this very clearly: no matter who you are with, no relationship will ever work if you forget yourself. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Remember this. And so, love others, care for others, be there for others, but do not abandon yourself in the process. Because the moment you start loving yourself, your relationships also begin to transform. There is a story. A man asked a sage, "What is love?" The sage said, "Love is not losing yourself in another. Love is finding yourself through another. This is your lesson. And so, number six is not just love, it is divine love. It is the journey from attachment to pure love, unconditional love. So, do not be afraid of love, just learn to love with awareness. Jai Shukradev, Jai Sri Krishna, Jai Sri Ganesha, Jai Guru. Namaste, my beloved friends. There are some people who never truly feel like they belong. Even when they are surrounded by others, they feel alone. They observe more, they speak less, they think deeply, and they often feel misunderstood. If you are someone who was born on the 7th, 16th, or 25th, then what I am about to share is not just information, it is your truth. Because if you are born on these dates, your primary number is 7. And number 7 is ruled by a very mysterious energy. In Vedic understanding, it is connected to Ketu, and in modern interpretation, it resonates with Neptune. Ketu is the planet of detachment, past life karma, and spiritual awakening, which means you are not here to live an ordinary life. You are here to question life, understand life, and go beyond life. That is why, from a very early age, you may have felt different. You may have asked questions like, why am I here? What is the purpose of life? Why do people behave the way they do? While others were busy living, you were busy observing. Because number 7 people are not just living life, they are watching life. But this creates a challenge. You feel disconnected from people, from society, sometimes even from your own family. Because your soul is not interested in surface level existence. You seek depth, truth, silence. And that is why many number 7 people feel I don't fit in anywhere. And the truth is, you are not meant to fit in. You are meant to stand apart. Number 7 is also connected to the Saptami Tithi, the 7th phase of the moon. Saptami carries the energy of inner awakening and divine movement. It is subtle, it is silent, it is inward. And just like that, your life is not loud, your life is internal. Let me tell you something very honestly. Your loneliness is not a curse, it is a calling. A calling to go within, a calling to understand yourself, a calling to discover the truth. But if you resist this, you will feel lost, confused, disconnected. Because number 7 people suffer not because of others, but because they don't understand themselves. Now, when it comes to career and profession for number 7, you should understand that you are not made for routine mechanical work. You are made for depth, research, and insight. You can excel in research, analysis, data science, spiritual work, astrology, occult sciences, psychology, counseling, writing, philosophy, teaching, investigation, intelligence, detective work, healing professions, meditation guidance. Because your strength is not action, your strength is understanding. You see what others miss, you understand what others ignore. When it comes to educational path, you should move towards fields that allow depth, independent thinking and exploration. Avoid environments that are too noisy, too social, too superficial because your mind needs silence to function. And let me share something very interesting with you. Number 7 is not just about detachment and inner searching, it is also connected with sudden fortune. Many number 7 people experience phases in life where money comes from unexpected sources, sudden opportunities, foreign connections, spiritual work turning into income or gains that cannot be logically explained. Many also benefit from lottery or stock market because Ketu does not follow logic, it works in a mysterious, unseen way. And that is why, when you are aligned within, when your intentions are pure, when you are not chasing wealth, wealth starts flowing towards you. This is the blessing of number 7. You don't attract Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth, by running behind her. You attract her by becoming inwardly aligned. Now, when it comes to relationships, let us talk about it, which can be one of the most confusing areas for you. Number 7 people want connection, but they also want space. They want love, but they also want solitude. And this creates a contradiction. Sometimes you come close, and sometimes you suddenly withdraw. Because deep inside, you are searching for something more than just companionship. You are searching for soul connection. But understand this, not everyone will understand your silence. And that is why you may feel misunderstood in relationships. Now let us talk about relationship compatibility, because this is where most number 7 people feel confused. You see, you are not looking for a normal relationship. You are looking for something deeper, something meaningful, something that touches the soul. And that is why not everyone can understand you. From a numerology perspective, you naturally feel more comfortable with certain number energies. With number 2, there is a very beautiful emotional understanding. They are soft, caring, and they can feel you without you having to explain much. Around them, you feel safe, you feel understood. With number 6, there is warmth. They bring love, comfort, and grounding into your life. Where you tend to drift into your own world, they gently bring you back into connection, into relationships, into life. With another number 7, the connection becomes very deep, almost spiritual. You both understand silence because your number is 7 and your partner's number is also 7. You both value space, but at the same time, if there is no awareness, this can become too distant. Two people together yet lost in their own worlds. And then comes number 9, a very interesting combination. Number 9 brings strength, action, and direction. Where you are inward and contemplative, they are outward and decisive. They can help you take action, and you can help them slow down and reflect. These numbers help balance your inward nature. But understand this very clearly, no number can guarantee happiness Because for you, compatibility is not about numbers alone, it is about one simple thing. Does the person understand your silence, or do they feel uncomfortable with it? Because your silence is your nature, and the one who respects it is the one who truly connects with you. But remember, your ideal partner is not someone who controls you. Your ideal partner is someone who respects your silence, because your silence is not emptiness. Now listen very carefully, because this is where your life transforms. Your biggest challenges are overthinking, isolation, escapism, emotional detachment, and your strengths are intuition, wisdom, observation, spiritual depth. And so you must learn to balance solitude with connection. Do not run away from the world, but do not get lost in it either. Walk in the world, but stay rooted within. Just like a lotus flower, it is rooted in the water, but it is very much detached above the water, untouched. Number 7 is the path of the seeker. As Buddha said, be a light unto yourself. This is your path. You are not here to follow the crowd. You are here to find your own truth. There is a very old wisdom story. A man went to a sage and said, I feel alone. No one understands me. The sage smiled and said, sit alone for a few hours every day. After a few days, the man came back and said, I am no longer afraid of being alone. The sage said, that is because now you have met yourself. This is number 7. Your loneliness is simply a door to your own self. And so, number 7 is not isolation, it is introspection. It is the journey from the outer world to the inner world. So, if you feel different, do not try to change yourself, because you are not meant to be like everyone else. You are truly special. You are meant to awaken. Jai Ketu Dev, Jai Sri Ganesha, Jai Guru. Namaste, my beloved friends. There are some people who feel that no matter how hard they try, life keeps testing them again and again and again. Delays, struggles, betrayals, responsibilities, isolation. If you are someone who was born on 8th, 17th, or 26th, then what I am about to share is not just information, it is your truth. Because if you are born on these dates, your primary number is 8. And while the world may fear the number 8 because it represents Saturn, for you, number 8 is not a curse. It is your path, it is your power, it is your destiny. But let us go even deeper. Number 8 is not just Saturn. Number 8 also represents the sacred Ashtami Tithi in Sanatan Dharma. And Ashtami is not an ordinary day. It is the Tithi of intensity, destruction, and transformation. Many powerful divine events happen on Ashtami, and one of the most significant is the birth of Lord Krishna. Yes, Even the Supreme Consciousness chose to be born on Ashtami. But look at his life. Was it easy? Was it comfortable? Was it free from suffering? No. From the very moment he was born inside a prison. His life began with fear, with danger, with separation from his parents. He faced conspiracies, attempts to kill him, and constant struggle, sangharsh. Even after growing up, his life was filled with responsibilities, wars, decisions that shaped destiny. And after the great Mahabharata war, when everything was over, even then he did not escape karma. He faced the curse of Gandhari, a mother grieving the loss of her sons, placed her pain, her anger, her curse upon Lord Krishna. Just imagine, even Krishna faced suffering, even Krishna faced consequences, even Krishna walked through the fire of karma. Then who are we to expect a life without challenges? But what made Krishna divine was not the absence of suffering, it was his consciousness within suffering. He did not become bitter, he did not complain, he did not resist life, he accepted, he acted with awareness, and he remained centered, detached, and awakened. This is Ashtami. This is number 8. It is not about avoiding pain, it is about transcending pain. And now understand this even deeper. Number 8, Ashtami, and the 8th house in astrology. All are connected. The 8th house is the house of sudden events, loss, secrets, trauma, fear, death, and rebirth. But the truth is, the 8th house does not destroy you, it transforms you. And if you are a number 8, it is as if the energy of the 8th house is active in your life, which means these themes will follow you. They will shadow you, they will test you, they will shape you. You may experience unexpected changes, emotional intensity, deep inner struggles, moments where life forces you to change, even when you are not ready. Because your soul has chosen not comfort but awakening. And that is why you cannot live a superficial life. You cannot fake happiness. You cannot stay in illusion for long, because life will shake you until you wake up. But remember, what breaks you also rebuilds you. You are not here for an ordinary life. You are here for a deep life, a life of truth, a life of awareness, a life of transformation. So align with your number, choose number 8 in your environment. Respect Saturn's discipline, serve the needy, feed crows, donate cooking oil on Saturdays, and chant Om Sham Shanishcharaya Namaha. Om Sham Shanishcharaya Namaha. But never forget, no remedy will work if your consciousness does not change. Number 8 is not suffering. Number 8 is a doorway from illusion to truth, from ego to surrender, from pain to awakening. So if life is testing you right now, do not resist, because life is not breaking you, life is preparing you for something far greater. Now, let us discuss about career and profession. Coming to practical life, where will you succeed? You will succeed in Saturn related domains, government jobs, law, judiciary, legal professions, real estate, land, construction, mining, metals, oil industries, investigation, intelligence, corporate leadership roles, politics and administration, because these fields require patience, authority, discipline, and long term vision. You are not made for shortcuts, you are made for structure and power over time. Which educational streams number 8% should ideally select? So you should select fields connected to law, civil services, engineering, especially civil mechanical, finance, auditing, research based career, political science. Avoid impulsive, unstable paths. Your strength is consistency, not speed. And now, what is it that you must improve? Now, listen very carefully. This is where your destiny changes. Your weakness is negativity, bitterness, blaming others, lack of discipline, whereas your strengths are your hard work, silence, endurance, consistency. And so, if you master discipline, you master your destiny. Because Saturn rewards only one thing: consistency over time. Now, let's find out about relationships for number 8 people. Number 8 people love deeply, but they struggle to express. They may appear cold, but inside there is depth. Their relationships are often karmic, delayed, intense, because relationships for you are not for comfort, they are for learning and transformation. Now let's check out the ideal partner for number 8 people. The first is number 2, emotional balance. The second is number 4, understands intensity. And the number 6 is the third, as number 6 brings love and harmony. So the ideal partner for number 8 is the person born with number 2 as his birth date, or number 4 or number 6. So the total, if it is coming to number 2, 4 or 6, that is the birth date of the person, then that person is suitable for you as a partner. Number 8 is the path of Karma Yoga. As the Bhagavad Gita says, do your duty without attachment to results. This is your life mantra. Because the moment you expect, you suffer. And the moment you surrender, you rise. A man once complained to a sage, "Why is my life so difficult?" The sage gave him a heavy stone and said, "Carry this stone all day." By evening, the man was exhausted. The sage said, "This is your karma. You are tired not because it is heavy, but because you are resisting it." The moment you accept, the burden transforms. That is the message for number 8 people. And so, number 8 is not suffering, it is Ashtami energy. It is the energy that transforms an ordinary being into an awakened one. Just like Krishna, who was born in darkness and became the light of the world. And so, number 8, you are not unlucky, you are being prepared. And when your time comes, your rise will be so powerful that no one can shake it. Jai Shanidev, Jai Sri Krishna, Jai Sri Ganesha, Jai Guru. Namaste, my beloved friends. There are some people who are not afraid of challenges. They are bold, they are fearless, they take risks, and they live life with intensity. If you are someone born on the 9th, 18th, or 27th, then what I am about to share is not just information, it is your truth. Because if you are born on these dates, your primary number is 9, and number 9 is ruled by Mars, Mangal. Mars is not calm, it is fire, it is action, it is courage. It represents energy, passion, anger, drive, and survival. Which means you are not here to live a comfortable life. You are here to face life head on. Now let us go deeper. Number 9 is also connected to the sacred Navami Tithi. Navami is a very powerful Tithi associated with divine Shakti, Durga energy. It represents victory over negativity, strength, protection, and spiritual power. And at a deeper level, number 9 resonates with the ninth house in astrology, the house of dharma, higher wisdom, spirituality, and life philosophy. That is what ninth house represents. Which means you are not just a fighter, you are a spiritual warrior. And now let me take you even deeper into the sacred mystery of number 9. Have you ever noticed why in our Sanatan Dharma the number 9 appears again and again, not randomly but divinely? Navaratri, meaning 9 nights of worship. Navadurga, meaning 9 forms of the Divine Mother, Ma Durga. And most importantly, Navanath, the 9 great masters. This is not coincidence. Number 9 represents completion, the final stage of evolution. In numerology, every number ultimately dissolves into 9, which means number 9 is not just a number, it is the end of one cycle and the beginning of liberation. And that is why during Navaratri we worship for 9 nights. Because transformation does not happen in one step, it happens layer by layer, layer by layer. Each night a layer of darkness drops, a layer of ego dissolves, and by the 9th night, something within you is reborn. And now understand this, the Navanath, the nine great realized masters, are not just historical figures, they are living energies of awakening. The nine Nath Siddhas are traditionally known as Matsendranath, Gorakshanath, Jalandharnath, Kanipnath, Charpatinath, Naganath, Bhartarinath, Revannath, Gahininath. Each one represents a stage of spiritual mastery. From controlling the body to mastering the mind to transcending the ego. And there is a divine text known as the Navanath Bhakti Sar. This is not just a book, it is a living scripture of miracles, devotion, and transformation. It is said that reciting specific chapters from Navanath Bhakti Sar can resolve very specific life problems. Health issues, financial struggles, marriage delays, mental disturbances, spiritual confusion. Because this text carries the blessings of the Navanath Siddhas. But understand this, it is not just about reading, it is about faith, surrender, and connection. As Sant Kabir said, पोथी पढ़ी पढ़ी जग मुआ, पंडित भया न कोय, ढाई आखर प्रेम का, पढ़े सो पंडित होए. Meaning, you can read thousands of books, but without devotion, without love, nothing transforms. As Bhagwan Raman Maharshi said, your own self-realization is the greatest service. And Nisargadatta Maharaj reminds us, the seeker is the sought. Which means, all these paths, all these masters, all these scriptures are not outside you. They are guiding you back to yourself. So if you are number 9, understand this very clearly. Your life is intense because your soul is not ordinary. You are here to complete a cycle, to burn karma, and to rise into higher consciousness. That is why your journey feels like a battle, because it is not just life, it is awakening. But here is the truth. Without guidance, this same energy can become aggression. You are dynamic, you are adventurous, you are bold, but at times you may lack sensitivity. You may speak bluntly and unintentionally hurt people who are more emotional. And this is your lesson, to transform anger into awareness. As Bhagwan Raman Maharshi said, your own self-realization is the greatest service you can render the world. And Nisargadatta Maharaj reminded us, the real world is beyond the mind's grasp. Sant Kabir beautifully says, बुरा जो देखन में चला, बुरा न मिलिया कोय, जो दिल खोजा अपना, मुझसे बुरा न होए. Your battle is not outside, it is within. Now let us see the suitable professions for number 9. Number 9 people thrive in fields where there is action, courage, leadership under pressure. You can excel in defense, army, police, sports, athletics, surgery, medical field, engineering, technical roles, entrepreneurship, fire related or risk based professions, spiritual leadership with discipline. Because your strength is taking action when others hesitate. Now let us understand what is it that you must improve. First, understand your strengths. You are courageous, decisive, energetic, and highly driven. You don't run away from problems, you face them. But your challenges are anger, impatience, lack of sensitivity, being too direct or blunt. And this is where your evolution lies. Energy must become awareness, power must become compassion. Otherwise, your strength becomes your weakness. And now, the remedy and mantra. Now, let me give you something very powerful. If your Mars is weak, retrograde, or afflicted, then you must fast on Tuesdays. Fast from sunrise to sunset, and during fasting, eat only fruits, drink water or milk, and chant this beautiful mantra. Om Dum Durgaye Namaha. Om Dum Durgaye Namaha. Or you can chant Om Hrim Shrim Mahalakshmi Namaha. Om Hrim Shrim Mahalakshmi Namaha. These mantras help you to calm your inner fire, balance your aggression, and bring divine protection. Because Durga transforms raw power into divine strength. Now let us talk about relationships. Number 9 people love intensely, but sometimes their intensity can feel overwhelming. They expect honesty, but they must also learn gentleness. Now let us see the compatibility for number 9. From a numerology perspective, you connect best with people who can balance your fire. With number 3, there is wisdom and guidance. They calm your intensity. With number 6, there is love and emotional balance. They soften your rough edges. With number 9, that is with another number 9 person, there is passion and understanding. But sometimes too much fire can create conflict. With number 1, there is ambition and power. Together, you can achieve great things. But remember, strength in relationship is not dominance, it is understanding. A warrior once asked a sage, "What is true strength?" And the sage smiled and said, "To conquer others is strength, but to conquer yourself is true power." This is number 9. Your greatest victory is over your own mind. And so, number 9 is not just energy, it is divine Shakti. It is the journey from anger to awareness, from action to wisdom. So, do not suppress your fire, transform it. Because when your energy becomes conscious, you don't just win in life, you rise, you evolve. Jai Mangal Dev, Jai Ma Durga, Jai Sri Ganesha, Jai Guru.
ॐ गं गणपतये नमः। ॐ गं गणपतये नमः। ॐ गं गणपतये नमः।